Okay, Shannon, you ready?
He was in my office, I don't know where he is now.
Okay, it's, Tuesday, September the 29th, 2020. It's, 4 minutes after 10, and, we're gonna call the meeting to order. We do have a quorum here, acknowledge any guests that's here today. And number one is deliberate and consider, action on the following items. Number one is discuss and if appropriate, approve agreement of disaster, debris removal with the county and the State Department of Transportation in Newton County. This is, the same contract in which we already, approved early on. Olin and I went down and talked to Don Smith, and we didn't like some of the language in it, and so he told us to change it, and it'll be fine. So we got it approved through the Commissioner Court and sent it down there, and then he came back and said, no, the state would not allow to change any wording. So, we're back to, that same agreement, and if y'all agree with it, well, we'll approve that today.
So moved.
Second.
Motion back, made by Mr. Fumby and second by Mr. Thompson, that we approve the agreement between the county and, TxDOT. Any discussion? All in favor? 4-0. Number two is, discuss and appropriate, approve the interlocal agreement with Sabine River Relief Ditch Extension and Expansion Project. This is a project in which, Orange, Jasper, and Newton is going in together with, SRA with a drainage ditch. It's a mid project, but, it's got to be an interlocal agreement first. So if I hear a motion to approve that interlocal agreement.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Motion been made by Mr. Thompson and second by Mr. Fumby that we approve the interlocal agreement with Sabine River Authority Ditch Expansion and Extension Project. Any discussion?
Where's that ditch gonna be?
That ditch will come right on the south end of Newton County. Comes in right above, where the pipeline is, and run along, am I right, all the way to Jasper County, and then actually go up into, what's the name of that drainage?
Is it gonna drain to the Sabine River?
It will go all the way to the Sabine River, and they're talking about some pumps that actually pumps it over in the river.
And it'll be in Newton County?
It'll be in Orange County. The pump station will be in Orange County.
Yeah.
It's right on the county line, you know where that ditch stops, back over this side of Old County.
Right.
They're going to extend it right on the county line all across 62 and all the way over to where it ties into going to the back and the old ditch over there in Jasper County, ties that together. And then all of that will go all the way back to the east of the stream.
That isn't that old WPA ditch, is it? I say, that's not that old WPA ditch over in Orange County.
But part of it is to go back up in Jasper County.
Yeah.
They're trying to hit part of that, and then rather than going on down into Mauriceville, and revert it back over to the Snake River.
Okay. All right, I'm good.
Okay, any more discussion? Not all in favor? 4-0. Number three, discuss and appropriate authorize TDRS sites and agree compensation from Newton County. And Olin, you want to expel on that just a little bit?
Okay, we, working to, get everything finalized on our temporary tree reduction site. And, Mr. Thompson, on his, going to end up going to Orange, down to the site that, is already approved by TCEQ. And then the other site will be, the ATV park these two sites are not gonna cost the county anything, the judge has called the brick, and so, get those sites, approved, get an agreement with those two landowners then, on that one, not approved.
What about the one in Pine Grove? There's not gonna be one?
That's the next one, that's number 4, or the site from FRC. That's just those two sites, the one in Orange County and the one in, up at ATV Park.
Okay, here a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Thompson, second by Mr. Palmy, that, we authorize the TDRS sites and the compensation from Newton County. Any more discussion? Not, all in favor? 4-0. And number 4, discuss and appropriate approved lease agreement with TDRS sites and FRC, and approved by TCEQ and Texas Department of Texas Historical Commission.
Okay, that's 3 sites that FRC has offered up for us again to use for free. There's one down at Pine Grove, the old dirt pit, I believe, and it's actually used during Rita there. And I submitted all that to TCEQ yesterday. They called back late yesterday afternoon. The one at Pine Grove gave further approval to, said everything looked good there. They had to check on some water well locations on one on Beach Mill Road and the other one out on Walnut Road out that direction. But she said they had brush on, they need that brush cleaned off before they could be used, but they don't think it looks good on that. And sent out the information this morning to the Historical Commission, see if we can get approval on those. But all of those 3 sites will be, again, FRC's not going to charge us anything to use those sites. They want the ash from the burning dip back into the soil, and hopefully, those are all dirt pit sites, and they think that that'll help the soil, and they can plant some trees, grow some trees on those sites.
As far as it's clear, we just decide doing that, cut it up, or do we need a dozer in to push it out?
She just said it needs to be cleaned up, it needs to be put, whatever, cleaned up before we put anything on it. So I think whatever's there can probably be pushed into the pile where you dump your other debris, you can be cleaned up. She was concerned, we've got to have 300 feet on the property line, if we do an open burn, but we don't have to have that if we do the, incinerator. And so we'll just have to look at those sites and see, what's going to be feasible there. I'm not sure how much debris. I had to put a number at each one of those for the TCEQ on the application. I put 50,000 cubic yards, so whether we use that much or not. And in their wording there, you can adjust that number if you need to on our application.
All the metal and old ice boxes and all of that stuff, that doesn't go to those sites.
No. The only thing that can go to these sites is the vegetation. We can't send these as what's called construction demolition, C&D, or anything like that, none of that.
Is our debris contractor, is they gonna take care of that also?
He's most of it. Yeah. Well, they have in the past, probably everything, they actually had a guy from Fire that took all the old refrigerators and washing machines and all that kind of stuff, what they call white goods.
Right.
He took all that stuff.
Yeah, I got quite a bit.
C&D, the construction demolition, we had from the flood, the waste management, we sent all of that to them, they can take that, but they can't take the vegetation, trees, shrubs, that kind of stuff.
Okay, here a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Fuller, second by Mr. Thompson, that we approve the lease agreement between the FRC and the county, and, as approved by TCEQ and Texas Historical Commission. Any more discussion?
Owner, you gonna contact Byron Watson and Red Watson to let them know that there's been a change?
Yeah, I'll take care of that.
All in favor? 4-0. Number 5, discuss and appropriate approve interlocal, cooperation, agreement between Jefferson County and Newton County. And I thought we already had that agreement once.
We have one, but it wasn't worded exactly the way they wanted it. It was accessible to get him in their jail, but this is the official one that they need. What this is, guys, the standoff that we had in Gist, the bad guy wound up being shot twice, and he was in the hospital for 29 days. And I met with the sheriff down there, and she agreed to let us house him in her infirmary there at their county jail, until he's ready to come up to our jail. And, this is an agreement. We had an agreement with them to use their lab down there, and this is an agreement to use their infirmary in their jail. They're going to charge us to housing down there, which we have to do. Anyway, this is just a formal agreement with Jefferson County for us to house our bad guy down there.
Okay, hear a motion?
So moved.
I second.
Motion been made by Mr. Bomby and second by Mr. Thompson, that we, approve this, interlocal agreement between, Jefferson County and Newton County. Any more discussion?
Has our legal reviewed that?
They looked over it. All in favor? 4-0. Your motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Motion been made by Mr. Fuller, second by Mr. Bomby.
Judge, I've got to take blood work down there tomorrow, and if I can get that signed now, if that's all right, I'll take that down there
Yeah.
when I go get our blood work tomorrow.
We'll get it signed. Adjourned at, 16 minutes after 10.